How about that meal?
Well, you're all amped up in here, dude.
Like literally just
You just were
I
like
just amped myself
you got the
up.
speaker like
No,
pointed
I know.
at me.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that I was amped up. That's all.
I mean,
Well, I need to have the speaker
you're an
set
amped up kind of guy. 118 BPM. I always say that.
That
But
song you were just
I
hearing.
didn't know you needed to amplify your voice like at me in the room.
I'm feeling myself right now.
Well, that's cool.
You heard what I was just working
Turn it
on
up,
there.
dude. I want to hear you.
Turn myself up. I had to set a speaker up
Okay.
because we got a couple of things we need to go over. Frankly,
Before we go over it, can I just say I feel like
yeah.
I'm in Las Ramblas right now in Barcelona.
Interesting. You feel that way because I think of myself more as being kind of Elborn,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
or Grazia.
I'm sure you would.
Grazia a bit
You
more.
would.
Actually, no. I'm more of a Raval guy.
Yeah, you're
That's
so
kind of-
Ravel, dude. Yeah. Well, I'm more kind of like if I'm going to Valencia, my own
okay.
stomping ground, I'm more Rufasa.
Okay,
Or
interesting.
maybe La Gran Via if I got a
Mr.
little bit of
Mufasa.
money and I want to class it up a bit. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
But
Let's talk
you
about
just just
the
made
meal,
me
yeah.
actually, but it's we were talking about sort of tapas, but that the idea of tapas doesn't have to be the quiz. It's all about the cuisine of the region.
I
and
think
you just
that's
made me yeah.
That's more my kind of energy.
And you just made me a delicious oven-baked Chinook salmon.
Well, it had to be put in the oven because it was too big. I seared it first, but it was
I love it
so
in the
big
oven,
that
though.
it needed to be
Tender.
up. Well, it had to be done that way.
It's great in the oven. Otherwise, you might burn it.
Well, I seared it. It's too big. It's just
Yeah.
literally too thick. It was caught on the cap. It was caught just outside of the Capilano River, which is just going kind of mouth.
Right up where we hike and stuff.
Well, yeah. Well, Bleecker and you hiked. Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys, like these salmons. They're aliens. We shouldn't be eating them, really, considering what they go through. No one knows.
You mean having to swim upstream?
Talking about pay your dues. These guys,
Imagine having to swim upstream.
I feel that's how Robert Johnson probably felt.
That's how I feel trying to fucking buy a guitar case.
Well,
man.
we're still on the guitar case. We'll be talking about that for about 6 months, I think. I think though that like being a salmon is kind of one of the most impossible ways of life because you like shoot out of a like spawning ground into an ocean for no reason other than just pure kind of instinct. Travel for about like 5. They don't know where they go. No one knows. They travel for. We know more about space than we do about the ocean.
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen.
Nobody knows what they were doing
What
or
about
why they were here. The druids.
Nobody knows what they would do. What about the penguins? That's a goddamn impossible way of life.
The gay penguins.
The ones where they have the babies and then the dads have to take care
the
of the
emperors.
babies. Yeah.
You ever seen Encounters at the
The one from
End
the
of the
March
World?
of the Penguins,
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman.
You ever seen Have you ever seen the Herzog movie documentary Encounters at the Edge of the World, where he's like, I did not want to make a movie about penguins.
It was good.
Yeah, but he does end up being like, is it possible that the gay penguin, is leaving to absolute suicide? And he speaks to the penguin guy who like hangs around with him. He's like, it's possible. It's like so horrific here that like he's just like walking to certain death instead of being a penguin. It's weird that Herzog describes
That's
that guy
what
as
I
the
mean.
gay penguin, but
That's
it
the kind of
happens.
stuff that really makes you, feel a lot better about your own kind of like
Your own kind of
struggles in the music
Well,
business.
I think that like the funny thing about Encounters at the Edge of the World, like that documentary by Herzog, where he's going under the sea ice in Antarctica at Fort McMurdo, is that the person who invited him was Henry Kaiser, the avant-garde guitarist. So like it's from like the Grizzly Man when they're working on the soundtrack. It's like Jim O'Rourke and Henry Kaiser. And Henry Kaiser's like playing some kind of like weird like half-bodied guitar. Certainly kind of a Floyd Rose setup. and it's like it doesn't really have a body. It's kind of like a nightmare guitar, and he's kind of just playing like shredding. And Herzog says, I don't know. And he's used to working with like krautrock bands. He's like, stop this noodling, Henry. Stop all this noodling. Richard Thompson is on that soundtrack too.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the top 5. If you want to get into guitarists, I'd say
without a fucking doubt.
End of the day, mate, without a fucking doubt, for me personally, yeah, what we did on our holidays, top shelf fucking guitar work.
It is.
Unhalf bricking. Don't even fucking go there, mate. Do and I dive in. Liège and Leaf.
Yeah.
Fucking, that's what I'm talking about. Si tu dois partir. You know what I mean? I can speak French. It's just a fucking Dylan
Great
tune.
guitar work. Tender.
Oh, my God.
It reminds me a lot of Richard Thompson and Lindsey Buckingham stuff on Tusk. Some of the subtle
Pagan.
stuff. Yeah, very much.
Pirate Pagan.
When it's like hardly touching the strings.
Yeah.
I listened to what we did in our summer holidays, and I'm
Oh,
like,
my God.
there's no volume, and it's perfect.
On the Ledge.
Oh, Meat on the Ledge,
Come
yeah.
on.
And their cover of...
Come on. It's like Brian Cox
I'll
from
Keep It With
Succession.
Mine.
Fuck off.
Nico.
Of course.
Their cover of that.
Good cover band.
Everybody will help you. Some people are very kind.
Exactly.
So, I mean, they just take that song and just...
British folk revival, man.
Best.
That's okay. So now that right there, that's pagan, and that's what I mean about British pagan energy. It's a different energy to the American pagan energy,
For sure.
That is the
better.
British one. On the Ledge is full British pagan.
You ever seen that there's a video of them playing at it's like a county fair in
Amazing.
England. Outside.
Mayday.
68 or something.
Sounds great.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Like they're the whole
When
band.
we first showed up to play, we thought this was fun.
Yeah.
Then we started playing.
We were laughing.
And people started dancing around. Children were dancing
was a
around the
bit scary.
maypole. And it got a little bit scary when we realized that the maypole was actually just a signifier, symbolically, a male phallus. But when Richard started playing the solo to Meet Me on the Ledge, it got demented.
Insane.
It got insane.
and
we started sacrificing midsummer style children.
Throwing old people off a cliff.
Exactly.
Off a ledge.
Meet Me on the Ledge. What do you think it's about?
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like that is Europe's Pizzagate. Except backwards, like a reverse one.
I like those Richard and Linda albums a lot.
A Heart Needs a Home.
I want to see the bright lights
Come
tonight.
on.
Get out of town.
I can't even watch that stuff. Get out of the village. Because
I'm
it's
so
village
tired
music.
of working every day. I mean, that stuff. That gets me going.
A heart needs a home.
Those are standards.
They are standards. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Kind of buxom energy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I think of Buckingham. But, this kind of like, almost like they're living in like Siberia in some kind of Christian commune, Vasarian style, like where they're like, I'll just be the local musician in this kind of pagan wonderland.
100%.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that in Canada too, with like the McGarrigle sisters.
It's that vibe.
Ian and Sylvia.
Yeah.
That kind of like, we're the like of the kingdom, the musicians.
The fiefdom.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely. We're not
Yeah.
even, we're just doing it to like be the local, there's also the baker here. He's
exactly.
here. Yeah.
Exactly.
The Bakers
Richard
here.
and Linda, Ian and Sylvia.
Yeah,
Same thing,
exactly,
different
yeah.
country. Yeah.
Yeah. Ian and Sylvia got anything to do with the Poppy family?
No,
That's a different scene.
that's BC.
Seasons in the Sun.
But they were more like psych, drug
Seasons
vibe.
in the Sun, right? Terry Jacks.
But like written by Jacques Brel
Of
and
course.
Rod McEwen, who I love as well.
Jacques Brel write Comme Habitude, which is
Believe so. I'm
the
pretty
song
sure Jacques
My Way.
probably. Yes, that sounds right. I think Jacques Brel wrote pretty much every great song
Of all
like
time.
that. Like he's a guy that we never talk about. Like, why would you? It's a rock and roll show. But like, those
I
songs.
like to think of our show as a rock and roll show.
Jacques
what I mean?
Brel
Yeah.
performance,
Yeah.
songwriting, incredible. In my mind, top tier. Like incredible
Top tier.
stuff.
Well, you're kind of a Tin Pan guy, so he's kind of like the French Tin Pan.
And have you ever seen? There's footage of him performing like in France in the early '60s.
Unbelievable.
Just, like sweating, like it's like a one-man theater show.
Where are
Like
you?
just-
Where do you stand with Jacques Dutronc?
I like Dutronc, but again, more of like a psych.
He's more
like,
kind of mod.
He's
psych.
more poppy family of France,
Yeah.
you know, like
Le Cactus.
yeah, exactly, 100%.
Michel Polnareff.
Yeah,
That kind of vibe.
but McEwen, Rod
Right.
McEwen,
Okay.
was like on New York.
I thought Ron McEwen was just the guy who did like the commentary on like the NHL.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Basically,
I haven't
with
followed
a name
his
like
career,
that.
but yeah. He hooked up with Brel. Now, he
Nice.
did an album of Brel's songs.
Sexually.
And then he and Brel wrote Seasons in the Sun
Yeah.
together.
For Cherry
Beautiful
Jacks.
story. Similar kind of like Baroque crooner,
Yeah.
I have a lot of his.
Kind of Pretty Ballerina.
Yes, you find
Left
all
Bank.
of Rod McEwen's albums
Yeah.
in a dollar section of a record
Sure.
store. Beautiful stuff.
Of a restroom? The dollar aisle in a restroom?
Yeah.
In a Love's restroom in
Yeah.
Tallahassee?
That kind of thing.
That kind of place. That's where you'll find those
But
kind
Brel,
of... That's where you'll find Ron McEwen in the restroom of a Love's gas station anytime.
Brel, Ian and Sylvia, Richard and Linda. It's part of it all.
I won't even talk about it, frankly.
I refuse to speak of it.
Yeah. Welcome to Impossible Way of Life. This could be a Wednesday. It could be a Sunday. We've not decided yet.
We've lost that.
All that we know is that Johnny is going away for a few weeks on a kind of his own style penguin adventure.
It is.
Where you're just going to accept to the sun.
Or like
You
a
won't want to
kinda-
take a penguin there.
Yeah, or an Ian Tyson kind of just pilgrimage.
Or just Paddington Bear.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Sure. I don't know Paddington. You talk about
He's
it a lot.
from Peru. He went to England and he had his sandwiches and stuff. And I think he got a little bit cocky after the second movie. But prior to that, he was all right.
Yeah. It's
I'm
exactly
wondering about
like
your
that.
playlist when you're like, so you're flying. Let's just set the scene here. We're
Yeah.
in Vancouver. So we're about 3 hours due north of LA. So you're going to be flying as you got about 3 hours to kill. I think you can probably easily, having done that trip before myself, kill it with, first half an hour, you're just trying not to die. That's what happens first half an hour.
I hate to fly. I'll be honest. Yeah.
Second half an hour, maybe an episode of Curb.
Sure.
Sometimes I try and do a full movie quick just
That'll
to get it
ease the
over
mind,
with.
yeah.
I normally end with Veep or Curb or whatever's on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
plane.
yeah.
But I'm thinking maybe while you're landing, knowing you're going to get you're going to want to get a little sentimental. So I'm thinking, what's on your playlist?
Well, I know what you're trying to ask, and you're wondering if I'm gonna do what I always do,
Well,
which
like,
is
kinda-
going to California by Led Zeppelin.
I just wondered
And the question
if
is,
you got it
it's
lined
been a
up.
couple years. I'm
Yeah.
a little older. I don't know.
Here's all I'm saying is, don't forget you're going to be on airplane mode. Cue it up just in case you want to go there.
Download it on Spotify.
Download it, exactly.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Make sure
I
you
might.
downloaded it on Spotify. Thank
Someone
you.
told
Also,
me there's a girl out there.
thank you, Spotify, by the way, just for being
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for not adding me to
And thank you for not blocking us for having a podcast.
not adding or blocking me.
Yeah, just
to
thank you for
anything.
letting me survive. And if you like us, we will take a photo in front of your
Yeah,
whatever you need.
Yeah.
That's all we're saying. We're here.
and just keep wearing those shirts with like acoustic guitars on them because
It's a
that's how
good
we
look.
know you're cool.
I know as a musician that other musicians, there's two looks that
Yeah.
other musicians like.
Yeah,
One is when you kind of wear like just a t-shirt with an acoustic guitar on it or
an
an electric
instrument
guitar.
or something.
An instrument or like a CD or something. Or like an I'm with stupid t-shirt or something.
Yeah.
And it's pointing to the guy next to you. The other look, if you don't have a logo that you can kind of use to, assume your identity for you, just throw a long sleeve shirt underneath the t-shirt. And that'll do the same kind of thing because it shows you're kind of edgy.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Or just have one band shirt that you wear all the time and never change
have
it.
you noticed that band shirts are really in right now?
Are they? Were they ever out?
Oh, they were
they
out.
ever in with anyone who was in, though?
Have
you ever seen anyone you respect wear a shirt with the band on it?
I don't know, because I kind of went through a phase, but it was like with ironic distance. Like
You're 20.
My best band shirt I ever had, an oversized REM Monster.
Love that album.
Yeah. Gave it to Brandon. I had a kind of, when I kind of went through a breakup and went through a minimalist phase, threw everything out. Kind of like you're not going through, but you're trying to throw things out, but just because you're moving.
Yeah.
I kind of gave Brandon and Frankie all my band t-shirts, and I definitely regret doing that. I had like great like Aerosmith Raglan like baseball tees and stuff.
Well, if anything, you keep them for if you have kids.
That's true.
Because that's going to make them legit in high school. Whoa, where'd you get that
real,
Aerosmith
you got
Rocks
a Journey
t-shirt, little Jimmy?
t-shirt?
Little Jimmy Jr.?
Yeah.
Where'd you get that Aerosmith Rocks shirt?
Yeah.
It's from my dad, man. You know he used to be a rocker?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Your
hope
dad
so.
was a rocker?
Oh, he still plays.
He still plays.
But now he just plays Duesenbergs.
Yeah.
Now he kind of just does Johnny Depp solos. Like he learns Johnny Depp songs.
He does Aerosmith stuff. You have that shirt. He actually does Aerosmith songs, and like some people think he does them better than Aerosmith.
Yeah. Or like he does Beatles stuff. Like you've heard like Johnny Depp, right? Like because by then no one will think that he was an actor.
He does Johnny Depp stuff, and they'll be like, "Oh, cool!" Like Strawberry Fields Forever and
Exactly.
stuff. They'll be like, "Yeah, exactly." Like Johnny Depp.
I got something to play you actually here.
Okay.
I just want to play you. Shout out here to Mike Noble, good
Naslin
friend of ours,
Speed.
Naslin Speed Noble, friend of the pod. This is I don't know if you're aware of the. I hope this works. I'm gonna just download this actually. He kind of like went to the. He really went all out here.
Above and beyond.
He went beyond his pay grade for sure by like playing this to me and being like, you're gonna love this. And then also I was like, that's really good, but can you like cut it down to just the essential bit so I don't have to like do it myself? And he was like, yeah, 100%. So
What a guy.
yeah, it was amazing, and it's good. So this is, I don't know if you're aware of the podcast series, now Netflix series, Song Exploder.
Yeah, I've heard
Where
about it.
guys who don't really know much about music kind of ask musicians, Rick Rubin style, to break down a song, and everything they say
It's
is like,
blowing up, isn't it?
It's huge.
As a podcast.
Yeah.
Travis, friend of the pod, he's been telling me about it.
and it'll be a guy like being like,
Actually, maybe I'm wrong. Sorry,
what
Travis, if I'm wrong.
did you do here? And he's like, well, I plugged in my guitar, and it's like, this is insane. So this is a band I'm not that aware of, but let me pull up like this band. This is a band called Glass Animals, talking about a famous song of theirs. This is a British indie rock band. Mike described them as...
Is it Glass Animal singular?
No, plural.
Oh, I think I know them.
So, Mike brought them up as kind of an indie dance, post-indie
Yes,
dance party.
I remember this.
Band. So they're talking about some song that he did. So they're recorded in some kind of big studio.
Okay.
And this, I'm just going to play you a little bit of like what they say when they're kind of like coming to the end of a day. They're working in a studio. It's kind of towards the end of the day. And, this one sort of shit gets psychedelic.
Gotcha.
I'll play it for you now.
At that point, I think it's probably time to head home. I'm knackered. The song ended. I heard someone behind me, and I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I thought I was alone in here. I turned around, and there's just someone sitting there at the piano with a glass of wine. I was like, what is this? Who is this? Who are you? And I just said, it's John. And I was like, who is John? I don't know John. They were wearing a really nice suit. And I was like, this is so strange. I was like, hi, John. And they turned around, and it was Johnny Depp. I couldn't believe, I was like, so weirdly, Johnny Depp was the first person to hear this song. Someone who was working in one of the studios above me came in and was like, oh, Dave, I'm sorry, John got lost. And he'd gotten lost. He was working with someone in a different studio. Anyway, that was pretty weird. And then they invited me upstairs to go hang out. So that was it. That was the end of day one.
And that's how it works. Johnny Depp, you'll be making your own tune in your own studio, and you'll see a ghost of someone.
Let me just say,
Yeah.
as someone who is named Johnny,
Yeah.
but also gets called John,
Yeah.
there's something about that that's really weird, though. That, like, what is he at Abbey Road or something?
Yeah.
And, like, they're like, who's that at the piano?
John.
It's John.
It's John. I thought
That's not right.
the first time he said, I listened to this, I was like, it's John Lennon.
Yeah.
You seen a
ghost.
apparition of John Lennon?
It's John.
Have you considered that
John's gotten
Johnny Depp is just walking around pretending to be the ghost of John Lennon at this
We've been
point?
through this, yes.
Yeah, but this is new evidence.
I know.
This is just
Well,
like a
that it's
guy.
been going on for ages.
Yeah,
clearly.
longer than we knew. And it's like funny when we bring it up, but sometime soon someone's going to have a serious
He's just going around
conversation.
studios in London, like
Playing
sitting
piano
at the piano
with
with
a
a
glass of
wine and just being like, "That's right," turning around. It's John. He's probably dressed like Lennon.
in a nice suit.
Yeah.
Nice white suit,
Yeah,
I
nice
think
white
I heard.
suit with the glasses and everything.
Someone's opening the curtains.
It's obvious that's what he's doing.
Of course.
Trying to, and they invited us to hang out, and everyone was up there.
Nielsen.
Harry Nilsson was up there, and Klaus, and everyone.
Klaus, Ringo. Everyone was up there, and they were playing this beautiful song called Imagine.
Yeah.
And, you
This
know.
guy's never heard of it.
No,
'cause he's
of course not, because
indie
he's-
dance party fucking.
No,
Oh, he's
this guy's
on.
like-
he's
la-
on MDMA.
He's
or something.
yeah, he's constantly on MDMA.
yeah.
It would feel good hearing Imagine for the first
Yeah, he's
time
like,
on MDMA.
It's just this amazing song
Yeah.
that John had done.
Yeah. And it was this guy.
I'm talking about Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, of course. Edward Penis Hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. I thought it was kind of interesting because it kind of reinforces a lot of the time on this podcast. We're saying things. A lot of people think that we're kind of joking at times, but this is as serious as Tucker Carlson.
Mm-hmm.
This is real journalism.
people-
Firebrand journalism.
People interpret kind of more left-leaning commentary
Yeah.
as jokes.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, Stephen Colbert, David
Exactly,
Letterman,
yeah. Which-
Jon Stewart. Oh,
Our
yeah.
kind of level generally.
Anybody who isn't,
begrudgingly.
Tucker Carlson and all that,
Yeah.
we're joking. But the way we see it is this
Yeah.
is a serious commentary on the other side.
Well, sometimes the truth makes you uncomfortable. And
That's
when you're
true.
uncomfortable, you laugh.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say, hey, it makes me uncomfortable that Johnny Depp is pretending to be John Lennon in
Yeah.
this modern
And
world.
you should be
You might be like,
uncomfortable. Yeah.
oh, Johnny Depp. Maybe that's funny to you, but to me, it's a goddamn atrocity.
Yeah.
You know? Because I'm a fan of Imagine. The other
the John
version.
Lennon version?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
there's probably a new one in the works. That would be the ultimate, hey, James. If Depp did Imagine.
He'll get there.
Did
He'll
a
do
cover-
it for like the 70th anniversary or something.
No, it'll just be like for like an event, like an
The Met Gala.
yeah,
something.
or like something will happen. Like it'll be like a natural disaster. And he'll be like, here's
Oh, I
my
see.
chance.
Yeah, like a Bali bombing.
something
Here's my chance to co-op the
to
tune.
do. Imagine, yeah.
It's a shame that he wasn't in that new Brian Wilson documentary trailer.
Well, he
Because
might still be in the movie.
they might be saving him. He's kind of like the end. Like
I know
kinda,
the Foo Fighters guys in it. So.
Well, I mean, for,
same school.
Well, yeah, it's the people who are competing to be the new,
yeah.
like the new kind of vanguard of classic rock.
And they'll invite any old rocker in to record with them to say that they.
I mean, yeah, they're leeches. You got to think. How do you think, like Johnny Depp, Dave Grohl, Taylor Hawkins, Linda Perry?
Mm-hmm.
How do you think these people feel when they go on ultimateclassicrock.com and they see, musicians of such a low, in their mind, lower caliber and esteem of them, like Devo responding to like Reagan's assassin, saying, would-be assassin, saying they owe him royalties from when he was in the band. Or, for example, like, Gina Shock of the Go-Go's when she got hooked on rock and roll. You know, that kind of stuff. And Dave Grohl and Taylor Hawkins are reading this stuff and being like, this should be us.
Yeah.
You know, I understand. Zakk Wylde, every week there's a new Zakk Wylde thing, how he inspired Guns N' Roses to reform or something.
Well, and as far as they're concerned, they don't care about the Rolling Stones, the Spins. No. They're like ultimateclassicrock.com.
Yeah.
This is where we're trying to get. Because it is the higher echelon of, you know, when you're there, you know your status is untouchable.
Well, I think so. I mean, that's like, for example, here, like a headline today, we're talking about gods here, rock gods. Herbie Herbert, longtime Journey tour manager, dead at 73.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
You know, I don't see anything about Dave Grohl.
Let me ask you a question. How many times a week, James, do I read Rolling Stone, Spin, and NME? You tell me.
I don't know. I would have to say, I don't want to like kind of ruin, like you're trying to make a point here, but I would go as far as to say 0.
That's correct.
Yeah.
How many times a week do I read ultimateclassicrock.com?
Presumably as many times as you read a week.
Yeah, which is twice a week when we do this podcast.
Yeah. So there you go. All I'm saying is, to put a finer point on it, Taylor Hawkins is a drummer.
Uh-huh. Well.
Yeah, Dave Grohl's a drummer. All I'm seeing here on Ultimate Classic Rock is watch Animal of the Muppets cover Electric Light Orchestra's Mr. Blue Sky.
Animal, let me tell you right now.
Yeah.
In terms of classic rock
drummers,
cred, Animal, way more cred than Dave Grohl.
Yeah, I think so. That being said, Dave Grohl and Taylor Hawkins and Linda Perry, who as far as she's kind of like she's obviously the Four Non Blondes girl, and she wrote songs like Just Like a Pill for Pink and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But
and also tunes for Aerosmith too, right?
I don't know about that. She just has a similar Cat in the Hat style energy to Steven Tyler.
Okay,
I don't know if they...
I thought
that kind of Jamiroquai, Linda Perry,
yeah.
Steven Tyler lineage. It's like a really specific
Come
one.
up and see me sometime.
Yeah, but it involves
I know.
It's the Dr. Zeus thing.
The hat.
Yeah. So she's kind of more on that vibe. Mm-hmm. You know, I once read about her studio, and she doesn't go for like a traditional kind of baffling situation to soundproof a room. Just has like walls of just different kind of books, trinkets, stuff like that, just to diffuse the sound. Because she's kind of eccentric like that.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's kind of my speed, frankly.
I've never really felt that a lot of the dampening stuff baffles and things. Sometimes if you're in the right room, it does a lot, but I could see trinkets doing the same thing, like a little Magic Johnson bobblehead or something, absorbing just as much sound as a foam panel.
I think for you.
Am I wrong?
I mean, also Magic Johnson, you know, he comes with a lot of energy. He's the only living man to like naturally beat HIV.
Yeah.
So that's almost like the totem you need if you're trying to kind of beat bad vibes.
Is he still HIV positive?
No, he's negative. It went.
Yeah.
He just beat it. Like most people, it takes a lifetime of drugs to kind of, and you can do it, but he's the only guy who kind of got over it. So yeah, bobblehead of him is probably like good luck, I would say, in Western kind of North American culture. I would say it's akin to that cat that does with the thing.
Or like the bass fish.
The bass
fish. Take me to the river.
The Jesus bass fish. Yeah, he's probably pretty up there. He'd probably work as soundproofing.
The Al Green fish.
Yeah, for some reason.
Because Take Me to the Rivers.
I know. It's also kind of cruel and unusual that he'd be singing that song, because really he's in desperate need of going to the river.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's supposed to be funny, though.
I guess it's funny if you're a sadist.
Sopranos, it plays a big role, that thing.
It does. Well, yeah, it does actually.
It plays a big part in the show, that particular piece of artwork.
They find it funny. I rewatched Sopranos during
Tony
lockdown.
hates it, doesn't he?
It's some kind of like psychotic.
It reminds him of
something bad, and he has to talk to his Malfi.
No, it reminds him of not to be a spoiler, Big Pussy.
I don't think we're spoiling it for anyone.
Big Pussy, who they kill on the boat.
Yes, that's what it reminds him of. And he has to talk to Malfi about, because he keeps falling. He keeps having seizures and panic attacks when he sees the fish.
Yeah.
Welcome to Impossible Way of Life, a Wire and Sopranos
HBO
podcast.
commentary podcast.
You know, there is a Sopranos podcast that's really good.
But it's great. Also, New Curb just came out. Phenomenal.
Let's talk about that.
Incredible first episode. I was really impressed. Albert Brooks throws a funeral for himself while he's still alive, calls it a live funeral.
Yeah.
And he's just in his bedroom watching on TV while everyone's downstairs having a funeral for him. Hilarious.
Fantastic.
That's all you need.
I think this could be...
Need I say more?
This could be Sunday's episode.
Yeah.
Because we just recorded one and it was quite extraordinary.
And we haven't talked about it at all. Yeah.
No, it was really funny. And I like the idea of switching them.
Let's do it.
Kind of a switch up situation. So this is the one where we'll ask you, guys, if you like what you're listening to and you like the idea of two guys getting together, eating some Chinook salmon, kicking back with a couple of tall cans.
Little Jim Beam.
Little
Janis Joplin
extra
energy.
aged. My friends all drive Porsches. I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime.
No help from my friends.
Oh,
Won't you
Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz? Subscribe to our Patreon at Impossible Way of Life. Probably patreon.com/either An Impossible Way of Life or Impossible Way of Life. Can't remember. And help Johnny pay for his
New starter,
which if you listen to last Sunday, you'll have heard about at this
fantastic.
point.
No, not if you listen.
If you listen next Wednesday, you'll hear about it.
Aren't those cool backup vocals on "Piece of My Heart"? Are those not some of the coolest? Where they go, whoa, take another little piece of my heart.
Really good. Also, want to apologize to all the patrons listening when I told you to subscribe to our Patreon because you already do.
Oh.
But yeah, I agree.
Whatever. Subscribe again.
Yes, exactly. That's what shout out to Jimmy Hay and a couple of others who have done that,
Up
actually.
it.
Up the ante.
It. Okay.
Up it.
I don't normally I let you do a lot of the kind of patronage.
Yeah.
But let me just say, you sent me a text last night and you said, Johnny, I'll be honest, you sounded scared. You said, Johnny, we're dangerously close to having to buy this Doom Tour box set.
We're like about $30 away from having to do it.
And you said, I don't know why we did this to ourselves, that we're going to have to give David Crosby $300 US to buy his cedar box that he's clearly whittled himself
possibly
in his workshop.
That's the way I like to think of it.
From him, and then we're going to have to get a room up on, the place up on Kingsway, right?
Well, yeah, they house refugees there now, but I mean, that was 2 years ago.
Desert Palm Motel up there.
I mean, I think we can go to Palm Springs, frankly.
Well, we should probably, go south of Reno even, I'm thinking. It's got to be somewhere where it's kind of like...
Race to the bottom.
No, where it's like this type of energy is all good.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to just like black out the windows, and we're going to go through all 16 hours of footage or whatever the hell it is.
That's the way to do it, for sure.
Anyway,
I just want to say as well here then, like on that note, shout out to JB, Oliver Pash, Joel R., Paul Hawley, Dave Spencer, Tyler Porter, Billy Hamilton. I'm not done. These are just the new guys getting involved. Shout out to Art Janitor, Nick Soriano, major shout out. Ronan, thank you. Lawrence, keep it bluesy. That's what he says. And I want to just go here because I got it. I never opened this, by the way, just so you know. What the fuck? This person is telling. Oh my God. I never read these messages. I don't go on this thing ever. It's good. It's all good. I just want to look here at our patrons. Because I saw something very interesting that showed up there. We got a guy here, Joel, $20 a month this guy's paying. He's fucking John Lennon to me. Mm-hmm. Everyone be a little bit more like Joel. Yep. We got Nick, Brian Wilson pricing.
Incredible.
Well, I mean, also relevant. based on the Long and Promised Road trailer documentary.
Which we haven't at all talked about, yeah.
Well, it was weird because, like, the
Bit
usual...
heavy. A little heavy.
Well, he's got, like, Mark Maron.
I'm worried about Brian.
Why? You know what? The thought...
I've always been worried about Brian.
It makes you feel bad when you're having a bad day, though, doesn't it?
It does.
It makes me wonder, it's the first time I thought this, and I should have thought it a long time ago, that he might have to do stuff for money.
Well, I think so.
Like
I don't think he wants to tour, dude.
Based on the fact that this, I don't know who's making that documentary, but it's just like some kind of guy. It's always just a guy who doesn't know anything about music, too. They're just like, you got this, Brian. And it's just like, this guy looks like Mark Maron.
I'm so certain, James, that he's been coerced into this. Like, to do the film.
Yeah.
Because they're like, look.
They're holding his hand.
No, it's still like Rubber Soul v Pet Sounds.
It is for him.
He's like, look, the Beatles have Get Back. You got to do one, man.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, no, okay, hold my hand through it.
You got this. Imagine.
Breaks my heart. Guys should be kicking back with his kids and his grandkids.
Yeah, he's got loads of
listening to his favorite music.
Not listening to Landy.
No, he should be listening to like Be My Baby and being like,
Yeah.
oh, listen how great this is, grandson.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be
Spectre's
out.
in jail. I got nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about. He shouldn't be out playing stadiums and stuff.
He's not playing stadiums. He's playing like theaters. Love's out there playing the fucking Dodger Stadium anti-vaxxer kind of celebration of Freedom Day. The Beach Boys are playing Freedom Day.
Well, and so if the case is that Brian's trying to lay a little claim to the Beach Boys legacy, that's fine with me.
Sure, he's got no chance. He's not got enough fight in him. Mike Love has prepped for 50 years for this
Love
fight.
looks like he's on death's door too, though, dude.
Only on those Stamos Instagrams.
Stamos fishing trip videos?
It looks like he's about to like drop him off at like just and then go. It's kind of like To Have and Have Not.
It's more like Godfather Part 2, like Fredo going out.
Yeah.
Hey kids, we're going out fishing,
100%.
and you know he's not coming back.
Yeah, exactly. It's that kind of vibe, or like Mario 2, which is kind of the weird Dark World Mario, which a lot of people don't talk
with the
enough
best
about.
music.
Certainly
that one's got the best
psychedelic,
tunes.
yeah.
The
Well,
best
you can
tunes.
do weird stuff in that one.
Jazzy.
It's very good music.
Jazzy.
Well, that's what I've often said about it. But yeah, I do worry that like Brian Wilson is being like ushered around LA.
There's a new Landy in the form of Mark Maron's
Or like
lookalike.
some kind of Mark Maron doppelganger who's holding his hand, who's probably until this gig never heard of the Beach Boys or Brian Wilson, and being like, here we are at your childhood home, or like we're in Bunker Hill or some kind of like place, and being like, it's great. And he's like, oh, this makes you feel weird, man. He's like, you got this. Don't worry, you got it. Like he's hanging out with
about how
Kourtney
your
Kardashian.
dad tortured you.
Yeah,
here.
literally.
Just
Ham
react
up.
for the cameras.
Yeah. It's like
know.
TMZ.
I don't care for it.
And then they go to Taylor Hawkins from the Foo Fighters.
He's producing
There's no
the new
lineage,
Brian
and he's
Wilson
like,
album.
this guy made music.
And then Springsteen's like,
you liked what Springsteen said.
yeah, well, of course I liked it because it's American.
Yeah.
And, thing with the Beach Boys was it was a way of showing that, it was pain he was feeling, but
Right.
it was a way of finding beauty in that pain.
Right. Okay.
And bottom line though, it was American music,
Yeah.
and it was as American as it gets, and it was on the other side of the country, but even us out here in Jersey
on the boardwalk,
down
on the
boardwalk,
turnpike.
it was down the Kokomo, riding the Cyclone down there.
Oh yeah.
Coney Island,
Of the mind.
and even we'd
maybe.
hear that music out here, and it affected us. It hit us, and
when
and-
you were working in the steel stacks. Sometimes they'd play.
Well, yeah, we had surfing out here too. Not a lot of people
Yeah.
know that. I personally didn't surf, but I respected the young
Rockaway Beach.
the young, hard-bodied American men who did.
Yeah, flying those flags of freedom and sticking the middle finger up at Pearl Harbor out there on the West Coast. Yeah,
That's right.
Well-
Until the 80s.
then you
when
changed it up.
I thought that those boys back in Nagasaki did what needed to get done.
Oh, okay. Kind of went Neil Young Reagan style.
That's right.
Yeah,
Well, if the cameras are rolling, that's what I'll say anyway.
yeah.
No,
Hang on a minute.
I give Bruce a hard time. I love him, but
You
know
gotta
what?
love Bruce.
You know what? I love Bruce, but you know what? He did say, I can't even remember. Can you play it?
What?
The trailer?
I can pull the trailer up for sure.
Let's listen to it.
The whole thing?
Well, I want to hear that Bruce line I thought was very, very true about Brian Wilson's writing. I want to give him a little credit here.
Just took you out of where you were and took you to another place.
Elton
There
John.
was no greater world created in rock and roll than the Beach Boys. The level of musicianship, I don't think anybody's touched it yet.
To dream up these
Not that
textures that never existed before. That's why people say Brian's a genius.
Don
You know,
Juan.
the rooftop is down. The story begins.
Hubris
Beauty
of these
carries
people.
with it a sense of joyfulness, even in the pain of living.
You know there's
That's
something
it.
You like that?
The
Joyfulness
music
in the pain of
carries
living?
with it
Yeah.
a joyfulness even in the pain of living. I thought that was a very good way to describe the music Brian Wilson writes.
And here we see the penguin walk towards his co-combatant. Even in the pain of living, he experiences the joy of companionship.
It's that kind of vibe for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly that. No, but I get it totally. It's a soundbite for sure.
I like Bruce. I like his raspy voice.
Of course. So I don't know if you saw earlier that I posted a photo of the Beatles as sushi.
I saw it so briefly during my
you were in
insane
your trauma.
day, and I knew that it was incredible what you done.
Yeah.
but I couldn't even acknowledge it and text you and
Yeah.
But yeah, tell me
no,
more.
I didn't think it was necessary, but it got me thinking about Beatles songs a little bit. Mm-hmm. And maybe I at first I thought about Please Feed Me.
Okay.
And then kind of Happiness is a Warm Meal.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking Lovely Peter.
Sure.
Lovely Peter. And I was thinking we could just kind of work through the albums and just kind of think of just kind of riff on them. So
Yeah, that sounds good.
you think of any off the top of your head that you could kind of food based? You got a moment.
Yeah, give me a second here.
Savoy truffle. I mean,
The food's already
honey
there.
pie.
Yeah, honey pie.
But we could go we could start with just do it. We could start start with the records. Start with Please Please Me.
She said eat bread, that kind of thing.
Sure, that kind of works. Yeah. Ask Me Pie.
We're going through.
Well, I mean, it'd be easier to do
Yeah,
it
it's
that way.
easier to do it that way.
And-
yeah.
Or you, if any just come to you.
Do you want to eat a peach?
Let it be.
A taste of honey, obviously.
Okay, yeah.
We're on the first album, right?
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Love me food.
I love me food.
Love
me food.
me food. I love me food.
Love me food.
You know I love you, so please love me food.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it wants. P.S. I love food.
Yep. P.S. I love food.
Baby, it's food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baby,
Gravy, it's yeah.
Gravy, it's food. Yeah.
Gravy, it's food.
Gravy is good for baby.
Yeah, gravy,
Yeah.
it's food. It's explaining that it's food.
Because gravy, it's food.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What about? Do you want to know a secret? How do you do that? Do you want to? Do you want to?
I don't know.
Do you want to? No. Okay, let's think. Let's work on it.
Eat it is secret.
Do you want to? Oat.
Do you want to go and eat it?
Do you want to go and eat it? Yeah, that's.
Do you want to go and eat it? Do you promise it won't smell?
Yeah. A taste of honey is a taste of honey.
No.
There's a place to eat food.
Yeah.
There's a place nearby.
Yeah.
Twist and shout. Twisted. Twist and.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
Don't twist and shout's hun. Hun. I'm like hunning now.
Okay, let's move on.
Second album, it won't be long.
It won't be.
Yeah.
It won't be. What's a food that sounds like long?
This is backfiring a bit, but it's
No,
great.
it's not. What's a food that's like it won't be long? Like long. What's long?
Foot long?
It won't be a foot long.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like it won't be a.
Have a hot dog. It won't be a foot long.
Or it just won't be a foot long.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
All I've got to
Food.
eat. All I've got to eat.
All I've got are food.
All my loving. What you got?
In my oven.
Mama,
In my oven. I have got some food in my oven. Darling, won't you do?
It's just in my oven.
In my oven. Ooh, in my oven. I have made some food.
Okay, what about Don't Bother Me? George Harrison, right? It's a different vibe.
Yeah.
Don't
It's got to be a different vibe. Yeah. 'cause it's
don't
a vegetarian.
bother curry.
Yeah.
Don't
bother meat.
Don't bother meat.
Don't bother meat.
Yeah, totally. That's great. Perfect.
Don't bother meat.
Yeah, don't bother. Little child.
Think of don't bother me.
I think so
I've
far.
got no time for meat right for you right now. Don't bother me.
To me, well, that could be also McCartney because of Linda.
Yeah.
Because she
What's
like
after don't bother meat?
Little Child, and then we got Till There Was You.
Yeah.
That's tough. And then it's like Please Miss Pose. That's not even, doesn't even count. Hold Meat Tight
Yeah.
instead of Hold Me Tight.
Yeah.
You've really got to hold on meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all meat. No. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to be your.
I want to be your man.
Yeah. I want to meet your ham.
Yeah.
I want to
exactly.
eat your ham.
Yeah, I want to meet.
I wanna
wanna
eat your ham.
your ham.
I want to eat your ham.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that works. Devil in her heart.
Or
It's-
jam.
Oh, I want to spread your jam.
Yeah.
Could do that.
Heart. She's got the devil in her heart.
Devil in her heart. That's a good song, that one.
It's a good one. They didn't write it.
Devil in her eggs.
Yeah, I was thinking of deviled eggs, of course.
What about money? That's what I want.
Just money, yeah.
Just not money.
The best things in life are meat, but you can keep them for the...
Because it's
But,
honey.
But you can
keep
give
them. No,
them to
take
me.
them from the birds and the bees. Take them from the because that's
Yeah.
honey. That's what I want.
Give it to me only for a treat. I want meat.
Honey, I think, is what they want because it's like from
Honey.
the bees.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the best things in life are free, but you can take them from the
Yeah, exactly.
birds and the bees.
Give me honey.
honey.
That's what I
Yeah.
want. Yeah.
Do you want me to skip a couple of records here, or do you want to just keep going right through? Because like it gets there's a bit, maybe something kind of we can go to like Rubber Soul.
Like you're thinking Hard Day's Night, I'll cry instead? Like I'll find some bread?
I mean, that's now you're getting into it for sure. Yeah, I'm thinking like Drive My Car, like Cook My Steak.
Yeah,
or something.
fill my jar.
Fill my jar.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you ask me, you're
Asked that girl what she wanted to eat.
exactly.
She said, "Baby, I'll have some meat.
exactly. It's easy
I'm
actually.
famous
The star
meat
of
and cheese, but you can have something in between. Baby, you
won't
can fill my jar."
Yeah, that's
Boom,
good,
boom.
yeah.
Yeah.
Norwegian wood.
Yeah.
I'm eating good.
Good meat is some meat is good.
Some meat is good.
Your meat is good.
Your meat? That was pretty good, yeah.
Your meat is good.
Your meat. It's about your butcher.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
Like, yeah,
it's about the butcher. Yeah.
It's just about him being good at his job.
Yeah, exactly.
I once had some steak.
Yeah.
Or should I say it, like food poisoning.
Exactly.
It once had me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I went to the room. Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't it good? Because I went and cooked it. Isn't it good? Because your meat
That's wrong. That's hard.
The
'cause
rhyme's tough.
We need the one before.
Yeah. The rhyme's tough for sure.
Chopped how you should. Your meat is good.
What about you won't see me?
Yeah.
You don't. Some of them is sushi.
Yeah. Creamy.
Creamy. You.
You're creamy.
Just tell me about what's creamy. Think about it.
Creamy.
You.
Doesn't have to rhyme. Like, yeah.
Sous vide creamy.
Yeah.
Like it's like some kind of sous vide creamy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's good. Nowhere ham.
Yeah, no more ham.
No more ham.
Yeah, I'm like saying it now.
Yeah.
Without even thinking about it.
Yeah. Okay, think for yourself. Eat for your health.
Eat for your health, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The word.
Yeah,
the bird.
The bird. Yeah, it's a Christmas song tune. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eat the bird, and you'll be free. Eat the bird, and be merry.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Nowhere ham.
Eat the bird. Yeah.
Eat the bird's good, actually. Yeah, that's pretty sounds like Michelle.
Be like me.
Be merry.
Be merry. Yeah. Yeah.
What about Michelle?
Yeah, it's like an oyster thing.
Oh, is
Michelle. It's like a pirate.
Yeah.
Michelle.
Yeah.
Michelle.
Because you just finished the oyster.
Yeah, he just finished. He loves the shell.
Michelle.
The shellfish.
Michelle. Yeah.
Michelle.
That's 100% true. Okay, what about like what goes on in your oven?
Yeah.
What goes on in your kitchen? What goes on in your... Yeah, that makes sense. Girl. Grill.
Grill. Oh, grill. And it's like, no, instead of the breathing, it's like the sizzling of the grill. Oh, grill. That's
That's the best one so far.
Oh, grill.
Because it's kind of spelt the same.
Incredible with the sound, too. Yeah. He's the kind of grill you want so much it makes you sorry. Yeah, it's a good grill, that.
I'm looking through you, maybe. I'm looking.
Yeah, that'd be like something clear, like, like sort of like
I'm cooking.
I'm cooking through you. You want to cook like
the way I cook
poultry all the way through, though. You don't want to leave it undercooked. You don't want to leave poultry underdone. I'm cooking through you.
You're not the same. Yeah, that works. That's pretty good, actually. Okay.
Yeah, because you don't want to leave that rare. You want to cook through
it's
it.
not a steak.
No, it's not. No.
It's a defrosted piece of fish. Fuck.
Yeah.
In my life, in my kitchen.
That one's hard to.
What about wait? Just bake.
Yeah,
Or
bake. Or
bake.
Wait, steak.
Steak.
Yeah.
Steak. Bake. It's going to be bake because you have to kind of wait while
bake.
something
Yeah,
bakes.
exactly.
The words weren't the same. Bake.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I'm checking it out. Yeah.
The words just basically the same song.
Yeah.
If I needed someone, if I needed some dough, if I needed,
exactly.
if I needed sourdough,
yeah,
something like that. Run for your life.
Bun for your wife.
Yeah, obviously.
Get a bun for your life. Bun for your wife. That's on your way. You got to get a bun for your wife. Yeah, it's a guy needing.
So obvious, actually, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Got a bun for your wife if you can, little girl.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, well, I'm having a good time. So just keep going with this here.
So.
What about Tax Man? We kind of.
Yeah, I'm having trouble thinking of that one.
Tax Man. Rubber Soul was good. Rubber Soul was pretty good for this game. Rubber Soul was pretty good for that.
Taxman, yeah.
Yeah. Just like, what about I'm Only Sleeping?
I'm bone. It's
like a bone in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm
dry bone in. It's a tough one for sure.
These are getting tough.
What about
maybe somebody could just send us all the Beatles songs with the best puns, and then we could read it on the next episode.
What about here? What about Here, There, Everywhere?
Yeah, sear, rare,
and with care.
Yeah,
seared, rare, and
with care.
Every
seared, rare. With care.
And every
seared rare.
And every chair, because it's like a high-end restaurant, so you don't want anyone else
seared
there.
Rare for every chair.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like it's you, and we're all sat around in place.
Knowing
and it's just
that food is to share.
Oh, because it's kind of a tapas thing.
Well, no, it's more of the Bourdain style mantra for the restaurant.
Seared rare for every chair.
Yeah, for
every chair. You let the chef decide.
Option.
The chef
no option. There's only one way to cook this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Seared rare and for every chair.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes total. Yeah. She said.
I think I said this one. She said eat bread.
Yeah, you did.
I've gotten better.
Yeah.
Since then, though.
And your bird can sing.
P said, wait. Yeah. Yeah. And your bird can sing? This one speaks for itself.
It's just already a tune.
You skipped Yellow Submarine.
I know. I thought it was a bit complicated.
No, it's a submarine sandwich.
Yellow sub.
Bell.
Just yellow sub.
What's a sub? Yeah, Bell.
Yellow Submarine special.
Yeah, exactly.
I skip Good Day Sunshine too. Good baked bun grind. Good baked bun grind. It's like after first thing in the morning when you've cooked you've done all the baking.
Or just like good day bun time. You get to have a bun.
I like good baked. I don't even remember what I said.
Bun time.
Bun grind.
Bun grind. Yeah.
Where it's like you've ground, like you've been working all morning. Mm-hmm. Dr. Robert.
Mm-hmm.
What you got there?
Nothing really.
Anything for I want to tell you? I want to smell food. I want to smell you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to smell you, and it's like a donut.
Mm-hmm.
Chocolate.
Don't want to smell poo. Yeah.
Well, it's not exactly. That's a different.
No, but then
style.
You think about the lyrics, though. Because then it's like,
got to get you into
don't
my
want
life.
to smell poo.
Yeah, that makes
I want
sense.
some tasty things to eat. I don't mind.
Yeah.
A little bit of smell.
Yeah, that
in
makes
my
sense.
week.
What about got to get you into my life? Got to get you into my mouth.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me. Tomorrow Never Knows, it could be like Tomorrow Never Grows, and it's kind of a post-apocalyptic song about food in the future.
Exactly.
I think that's what I'd say.
Got to get you. Yeah.
Got to.
So I'm still trying for each one here.
Got to bread you chicken and rice.
Yeah.
Got to bread this chicken with rice.
I feel like an hour ago I would be nailing this.
Well, it's because you had that salmon. Well, you did it. You had a really good
Full,
go.
and we're just drinking now.
Well, I mean,
Maybe if they were about drinking.
you want to do you want to do quickly? Just do Sergeant Pepper's, but it's more about that.
About
You
booze.
try it out for sure. I mean, I was
Try that.
kind of taking this kind of seriously, but we'll try it with Sergeant Pepper's. Yeah. Okay. Let's get a track list up here. I know you know it, but
This is the part of the show where people turn it off.
it certainly is not. This is the part when people listen. Believe me. With a little help from my friends.
Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club.
Yeah, that club soda and
Club
Sergeant
Gin.
Dr. Pepper's
Dr. Pepper's Club Soda and Gin.
Dr.
Band.
Pepper's.
It needs to get more demented. That's how it's funny. With little, they get drunk with little help from my friends.
Lucy in the Sky vodka with diamonds.
Yeah. Lucy in the Sky vodka with diamond rim.
A rim.
Yeah.
Getting better.
It's getting wetter all the time.
It's got like a sort of Motley Crue vibe.
Yeah, or getting cheddar.
Getting cheddar.
Eddie
Eddie Vedder.
Food is also
Food,
good. Yeah,
getting
like-
cheddar.
Yeah, I'm eating cheddar all the
Yeah.
time.
Okay, we're switching it up
I'm
again.
eating cheddar all.
I got to admit, it's getting cheddar. I'm eating cheddar.
Eating so much cheddar all the time. I'm eating cheddar all the time.
Yeah.
Cheddar, cheddar, cheddar.
I think that's it. I think we're good.
That's the best
Yeah,
one.
That's good. You guys have a really nice rest of your day.
Oh, we'll have to finish the other albums next
Well,
time.
we've got about
then.
3 more episodes
Just
in
getting
this.
going.
Yeah,
here,
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, peace.